Okay, so hope is taking how much of width? 800 width required for this division. Whenever we run this division, it need exact 800 width. Okay, 800 width is required, and after that, if any user will open your page in a small screen, if any user will open your page into a smaller screen, the problem will come for him. Because for this division, it's need minimum 800 width, and user laptop or mobile screen is 500. So what will happen? You can see here. Let me come to the browser. So it is coming in the center, no problem. Well only. And if I go to the little smaller device, if I go to little small device here, you can see. You can also minimize your browser, make little small, restore button, click, and let's reduce little. You will find this scroller is coming here. Like now, getting this scroller. This scroller will appear here. This scroller appear here. Why this appear? Because we have written here purposefully saying like division at any cost you occupy 800 pixels. And user open a page, he's assume like window size is small and his window size is 500 only. His window size is suppose 400, 600, 700. Now this division will say I need 800, available size is 700. Automatically this horizontal line will come here. You can see this HR line came here. Okay. And anyone, whenever you are designing the page, if someone want to check your page, whether your page is responsive or not, okay, directly he will not do anything. He will resize the window. He will resize the window and then he will check bottom. Any scroller is coming. If a scroller is coming, he will say, sorry, it's not responsive page. Okay. How to identify page is responsive or not? At any device, your browser should not display this line. A horizontal line. If the horizontal line appear, that meaning your page is not responsive page. Okay. And why this is happening? Reason is here clearly. Width how much? 800. Browser width is how much? Small than 800. Then to display this, need a scroller. And if a scroller will come, people will say, sorry, your page is not responsive. Another solution we have here. Instead of 800 px, apply here 80%. Keep a width 80%. Okay. Then you see whether a small screen, large screen, no matter. In all screen, the width will be 80%. Right? Width is how much? 80%? Yes. Look at here now. 80%. If I go a little bigger, 80%. Go a little bigger, 80%. So out of both now, which one you feel best option? Percentage or pixel? Percentage will fit in device. Okay. Bootstrap also designed based on percentage only. Okay. But you cannot say only percentage is useful, pixel is not useful. Both are useful. According to need, we are going to follow. We have the minimum width and maximum width. Using the minimum width and maximum width, we can use pixel also and percentage also. But now we have to keep in mind two. One is called pixel, another one is called percentage. Both we can use according to need. Same thing we have written here. 500 pixels, it is fixed for all the screen size. Width 80% say like it is 50% of all the screen size. Whichever the window we have, it is only 50%. Come now. Next, after that, this background will not see now. Background will see once we come under the internal CSS. We will see the next property. 9 types are there. Let it be as of now. Once you come under the internal CSS, we'll follow that 9 types. You will write below next display property. DIS display. What is the display property? It converts from block to inline and inline to block. Okay, it converts from block to inline and inline to block. It has option first display colon inline. It has one more option display colon block. Another has the option called display colon none. Another option has display colon inline block. Another option display colon flags. So display inline we are going to see now. Display block will also come in few examples. Display none will come. Display inline block will come. Flags will come. All. Okay, come down. Create a file example 8.html, page 8.html, page 8.html. Page 8.html. Ready? Start from the H1. Right inside HTML, HTML, CSS, display inline, display inline example. Follow the UL and LI. Home. Home. About, contact, login, register, something. Home, about us. Contact us. Login. Services. Register. Then products. Check now. All the LIs are in the same line or new line? All the LI will go to the new line. Reason, LI is a block level element. LI is the block level element. By default, it will not come in the same line. It will go to the new line. Now we have to write a CSS. Using that, we can convert from block to inline. What is that CSS? Let's go here. For LI, you write here style equal to display in a line and margin 20 px. Margin left you can write margin hyphen left. Margin left 20 px. Margin left 20 px. Check now in the same line or new line. That is called display inline. One place put is a display none, then see what will happen. It will not hide. It will not display. It will become hide. You will open, you will close. You will open, you will close. Now, if I run my page, I should see all are coming in one line. Display in line. Next, after that, suppose you want login should be hide. Login should be hidden. Display which one? As a none. Display none once you do, login will not be visible. It will become hide. Okay, display none. What will happen? Hide happen. See now, display none means hide happen. It will not be visible at all. So gone. Now keep another place, display block, and then see what is happening. Maybe contact us, put display block. Display block, where it is going. Display block will go to the name line. So concept should be clear. Display, if you want to bring the element in the same line, we can use display in line also. Display flags also. Flags is the next level of understanding. We will be learning after few days of the CSS once we come under the inline, because internal. Flags related multiple properties are there. Only flags will not help us. We have to add some more. That belong to CSS3. Display inline, display block, display inline block. These three are from the CSS2. And display flags belong to where? From the CSS3. Okay. Float left we have seen. In float left some problem is there. The problem we have not seen still. Okay. We will see the problem also. Then we'll see the solution of that. Then we'll come to the O. Float left has a problem. Because of that, people has made the display flags. Display flags has no any problem, whereas this float left has a problem. It give advantage, along with that it apply a disadvantage also. Okay, now error, right? No error, working. Okay, go here. In this file, display in line you saw, more are there, we will be seeing where. Next, come to the next file. Next line, if you see this code, page 8.html file, if you see display inline, how many times you have written? 6-7 times. Margin left also we have written many times. So display inline, display inline, display inline, display inline many times. If you want to modify inline block, display colon inline block, we have to modify all 6 places in one page. Like this, if you have 20 pages, we have to open all the 20 pages, modify. See, problem is here. What problem is? Inline CSS is working. There is no problem at all. But the problem get start from where? Since you saw in one page, we wanted display inline 6-7 times. So we have to write 6-7 times. It is not like you will write one place and it will apply all the places. So in inline CSS, it is called one-to-one. For one HTML tag, you have to write separate. For another HTML tag, again you have to write separate. That you have done here. For li, you have written separately. For next li also you wrote separate. For next li also you wrote separate. In fact, the code is same, but we have written all the places. This is the problem of inline CSS. Code is duplicate. Same code we have written again and again. So code becomes a duplicate. Code become redundant. Okay, code become redundant. If the code is redundant, what will happen? Code is duplicate. Then if you want to modify, you have to modify all the places. In one page we are talking. Suppose there is a 20 pages like this. Then we have to open all 20 pages. It will take 1 day time to change. Okay. That is one problem. Another problem, suppose display inline, you wrote one place, how many character? From here to here, if I see, it is saying here total 15 characters. Okay, I have selected display inline. Below is showing count as selected how many? 15 character. Now 15 into 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 15 into 5. How much? 75. How much come? Huh? 75, yes. So the same code you have written again and again. So number of character got increased to 75. It is also possible that we can write one place as a 15 character and we can use all the places. But in the inline CSS, it's still like, no, that is not possible. Wherever you want to use, you have to write there only. You have 10 li, you want to use for the same li similar, then you have to write the same CSS code for all the li. Okay, problem number 1, code is duplicate. Problem number 2, if you want to modify, you have to modify all the places, it will take time. Problem number 3 is what? If you write display in line one place, compiler have to read only one place. If you write display in line 10 place, compiler have to read how many times? 10 places. So compiler will be slower than, page loading will be slower than how much? 10 times. If suppose someone will say read one line and run fast, you will read one line, 1/2 minute and go fast. Same time, suppose someone will say read 15 line and then go. It will take how many minutes? 15 minutes. Now which one will be the fast? One line or 15 line? One line definitely. That is another problem. When the compiler will read your page, it will take long time to execute, compile the page. Okay. Third problem is what? Suppose one place you wrote 15 character, 15 into 6 you wrote, 5 you wrote, 75 character. Now suppose in one file you write 15 character and in another file you write 75 character. Which file will be much heavier? 75 character. A user open the page. One page is holding 15 character. Another page is holding 75 character. Which page will be load fast? 15 characters, definitely. These are the problems. Number 1, code is duplicate. Number 2, page loading will be slow. Number 3, you have to spend a lot of internet data. That we have not pointed out, right? If 15 character means how much? 1 KB. 75 character means how much? Suppose 5 KB. You need to spend 5 KB of internet data, then only the page will load. Number 3, server will be busy to process that 75 character of code. Number 3, if you want to modify something, a developer, you have to modify all the places. And number 4, where you are going to keep the file, where you will keep the file? In the server only, no? Server will be limited. You have to pay extra money to take the more space. Those all are called what? Problem of inline CSS. And the main problem, after writing the code, if you run on internet and Google will look into your page, Google will say, sorry, you have not followed the standards. You have written the inline CSS everywhere. That meaning your page is heavy. If your page is heavy, it will take long time to load. And if it's taking long time to load, customer experience will be bad. Google will say, reject this page. Don't display in Google search. Then you made the page for the customer purpose and Google itself has rejected the page saying like, no, your page is heavy. I will not display to customer. No meaning. Family member, friend can open the page. They can see, yes, you have a website. Unknown people will not come to your page because your page is not going to come in Google search. This possibility understood or not? But these all are their disadvantage, drawback. Okay. But if you ask initial when the people started writing the CSS, the first line, if suppose someone have written the CSS, they have written this one only, call it a inline. Now according to need, it's become difficult. Once our requirement got increased, become a difficult. But initial it was good only. Okay. Next method says that is called internal CSS. Internal CSS says you write once and use how many times you want, no problem. Okay, write one place and use 1000 times in your page, no problem. So compiler will read one time and execute how many times? Unlimited times. You will save your time, you will save your space, you will save the size, you will save your page loading time, compiler will save their execution time, everything will be proper. But in that method also we have some problem. Then the third method will come, that is called a External. External is the excellent method, but it is unsecure. Anyone can download your CSS file. You hire a developer, 30,000 per month. He created a page. Someone opened on internet. He went to the view source and downloaded the CSS. Meaningless. So for that we have alternate option. Original file will not put in server. We will minify the file. Minify the file in the sense, what is the meaning? If you give this file to someone, they can alter the code. If entire code convert into single line without a space, this entire code, if you convert into single line and no space, someone will download also, he will not feel comfortable to edit your code. He will feel like not sure where is the start and where is the end. All is the single line code. That is called minified. So before uploading in server, we minified the file. After minified, what will happen? Someone download also, no problem. Download it. You can't alter it. Okay, if you alter, the error will come. Okay. Now to overcome from that problem, which problem? Someone should not download the file. The fourth method comes. That is called import CSS. What is the problem in the first method? We are writing again and again. Second method says like can use a number of time, but problem we have to see. To overcome from that problem, third method came, external. External become unsecure. Anyone can download it. For that solution came as a minified the file. Minified file also can download. They can download. They can alter, but they can download. Now to avoid this problem, people should not download the file. The fourth method came. That is called import CSS. Import CSS will say people will not see where is your file. If they will not see your file, they cannot download it. But unfortunately, the fourth method becomes slower than all. Becomes a full secure. No one can see where is the file and how it's loading. On load, it will come, support and go. CSS will not be in your HTML. Runtime, you understand? Runtime. At runtime, come from library, support and go to library. You will not be here. No one will see you. That is called what? Import CSS. Import CSS will be full secure. No one can see the line where is the CSS at all. But unfortunately, it's become slower than everyone. Slower than all methods, three methods. Okay. Then market font, because it's an engineering job. Market font, another alternate option. They found what is, while development, we will use the import method. While development, we'll use the import method. And after development, once we upload in the server, we'll create a build, final executable program that will generate into the external method. Development using import and build. After build, final product will come as a external method. And that external method will be in such a way, the people who had developed, he also cannot understand this is my code only. Okay. And who will do that? Build process. When we run the build command will come, take the code here, there, break that, toad code, this thing mix all together, and how it will write, even I don't know how to do. But your code, even you cannot see, oh, this is my code. Okay, if third party will download, what they will do? They will feel like useless. That's how people work in the market. So now we will create an example under the internal. This example we have created, exact same code will copy paste and will change into the internal, and then we'll compare in inline what is the difficulties, and under the external what is the benefit. Internal, not external, internal. Okay. So next file you are going to create. We will spend more time in internal only because that is a useful area. Inline is not much useful area. Here we understood, okay, property, value, semicolon, and all. Okay, so this file exact you copy and paste under the next method. You can give example 1.html. In which folder? Internal folder. Example 1.html. In this, follow the head section, close the head section. In head section, follow the style tag. Open the style and close the style. Okay, style is open, close. Okay, next after that, you will write here a li tag, and for the li tag, any one css you can copy from here and paste here. Any one css, okay, and remaining remove all the css not required here. We will write a proper syntax, what we are writing, what is called, how it works, just for the comparison purpose. Remove all the css from everywhere. Okay, hope I did. Save the file and check once. Output remains same as it was in the last example. Output remains same.
Yes, sir, same.
In this, you can see you have written only one place, and li is how many place? So many place. If you add 4-5 times, no problem, it will get applied. Okay, compared to the previous code, compared to this code, this code becomes a one to many, one CSS and many HTML. One place we are written the HTML code, CSS code, and many place we are written the HTML. Now, if you modify one place, it will apply all the places. For example, right here, color is a red and font hyphen size 30 px, not 30, 20 px. You will see all the places it will get applied. right? Let me run this file as well. Everywhere. Compared to previous one, this method is the best method. We wrote one place and we are able to access all the places. Come now. We will write the syntax for that. What we have written, what is called. In beginning, when we started the HTML, I have given you one word saying like all the HTML tags are called as a tag in HTML and all the HTML tags are called selector in CSS. Remember? All the HTML tags are called the element in JavaScript, right? So what is the meaning of selector? Okay, look at here. You can write here a comment. Okay, this is called star slash and again star slash and this is called multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. Right inside syntax. Syntax for CSS. What is that? Selector property colon hello. Property 2 colon hello. Property 3 colon hello. Ready? Now see there. This becomes a syntax and this becomes a example. Now at the place of selector, you can see here selector. Below at the place of selector, what we are written? Li. So Li becomes a selector. UL also is a selector. Body is also a selector. In fact, all the HTML tags are called as a selector in the CSS. But if you remember, in HTML we have seen, we have discussed, we have two type of tag, input and output. CSS is like, if I divide into two type, input and output, I cannot apply a lot of property value. CSS says, according to requirement in the market, okay, whichever the tags we have, right, we are going to consider as a selector. And the selector, we will divide into 5 types. Selector will be of how many types? 5 types. According to HTML, all the tags are of 2 types. But when we come to the CSS, all the tags are called here as a selector. But according to CSS, tags are not 5 types. Tags are also 2 types only. But according to CSS, to make that all the tags proper functional, the CSS says like, I can treat this tag like it is 5 ways. Okay, I can apply the CSS to the HTML using 5 ways. And that is called a type of selector. Okay, how many type of selector we have? 5 types. In that, one is called all the HTML tags are called a selector. Another one, multiple tags we can keep together and then we can create a group, and that is also called a selector. Another one, UL becomes a parent tag, LI becomes a child tag. So CSS want to reach till LI, So then it will say, okay, UL is a parent selector and child li becomes a child selector. So this becomes a CSS by parent and child selectors. If one tag means CSS by selector, multiple tag CSS by group, parent and child tag CSS by parent tag. Apart from that, we have two more, that is called CSS by ID and CSS by class. Including this, total become how many types? 5 types. For a particular tag, if you want to apply the feature, you can write directly CSS by tag name, no problem. It will apply. For multiple tags, similar feature, then we have to create a group. Okay, if that is making the problem, then create a class. That is also making the problem, then make individual as a ID. Okay, so total we can apply the CSS using 5 ways. Okay, we are going to make a note how many way we can apply the CSS, and after that, in which scenario we need to follow which one. It's not like you write anything anywhere. Okay, you have to remember that rules. Okay, if this is the requirement, which rule is fitting on that, and after that you need to write the CSS code. Okay, come to the developer guide. So compared to inline, internal is the best or not? Compared to inline, internal is the best method. Okay. Now come under the internal, where you will go is, we have written here, no? Okay, we have not written anywhere type of CSS at all. Okay, convert float and all will converting here. Okay, so list of property we have written. Yeah, we can write here in the beginning only. Okay, we can write here in the beginning one heading, type of CSS. Right here, type of CSS. We have one inline, second one internal, third one external, fourth one import. Inline, internal, external, and import. 4 methods. Ready? How many types? 5 types. Now first write the drawback of inline CSS that you have seen just now sometime before. Okay. The first you can say it is one-to-one. It is one-to-one. It is one-to-one. Okay. What is that one-to-one? Write once and use once. Means in current page, how many li you have? 10 li. You have to write everywhere. Okay. So it is one-to-one. We can write here, write CSS code for each tag. Write the CSS code for each tag. Next, we will write here the problem. If it is one-to-one, what problem will come in there? Okay. If it is one-to-one, then what problem will come? You can write here, if one-to-one, then code duplicate will happen. If one-to-one, then code duplicate will happen. If code is duplicate, then page modification may be complex. Next, if code is duplicate, then page modification may be complex. Next, page weight will increase. Next, page loading time will be more. Okay. More internet data is required. Next, what will happen? User experience will be bad. User experience will be bad. Next, you can write bounce rate will increase. Bounce rate will increase. Next, what will happen? Google will never display in search. 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 Google will never display in Google search. Ready? Next, after that, next solution is which one? Right inside internal CSS, it is one to many. It is one to many. Write once and use many times. It is one to many. Write once and use many times. Okay, now write below. For one to many, CSS has given below. CSS has given following methods. A, CSS by tag name. CSS by tag name. B, CSS by tag group. C, CSS by parent and child tag. D, CSS by ID. CSS by not above 5 methods are applicable in. Above 5 methods are applicable in internal, external, and import. Okay, we read it, written. Okay, now let's come. Next work will be, we have to create the example for all. Like CSS by tag name, how to write. CSS by tag group, how to write. By parent child, how to write. For all 5 example, we'll create single example, and after that, we will make a note here. Okay, in which scenario I am going to follow the first method, in which scenario I am going to follow the second method. If you remember that 3-4 rules are there, if you remember the 3-4 rules, then if anyone will give you a design, then after looking into the design, you will come to know, okay, this all I can follow this method, this I can follow this method, this I can follow this method. Okay, after looking into the photo, your CSS will say nothing to worry, I have solution for this. Okay, come, we'll create a file CSS by tag name. Okay, give the file name itself CSS by tag name.html. Okay, CSS by tag name.html. CSS by tag name.html. Okay, go inside. Now come inside, follow a body tag, or body tag, you will write here background as a orange. Background as a orange. Now check, in current page, the body will convert into orange colors. In current page, the background will convert into which color? Orange color. Right? Now let's write here a div. Height of the div 200 px, width of the div 200 px, background of the div green color and margin between two div 20 pixel and float as a left. Now in current page, you will follow a div div 1, div 2, div 3, div 3. Div 1, div 2, div 3. Ready? Hello. Yes, sir. बोलिए. क्या बताइए, हमसे बात कर. हाँ बताइए. कौन सा प्रोडक्ट? कौन सा? कौन? कहाँ में सर जाए कुछ? यूज दूसरा जो यूज करते हैं उबंटू वगैरह यूज करते हैं. उबंटू यूज करते हैं. उबंटू उबंटू. नहीं. किसका? मेलिंग का. जीमेल है ना. नहीं सर. देखेंगे, बाद में बात करेंगे. सैटरडे को कॉल कीजिए एक बार, ठीक है? फ्री रहेंगे तो बात करेंगे आराम से. इसी नंबर पे कॉल कीजिए. कॉल कीजिएगा ना, एक दिन बात कर लेंगे फेस टू फेस. हेल्प में. हाँ वहीं और ओवर कॉल बात हो जाएगा. आईटी मैनेजर वाला काम ही नहीं है इधर कुछ. वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, आप फ्री टाइम में कॉल करेंगे तो मैं बता दूंगा आपको. ठीक है. फ्राइडे को कॉल कीजिए ना. फ्राइडे को कॉल कीजिए, मैं बताता हूँ आपको. फ्राइडे आपका वर्किंग डे है? कब काम करते हो? ठीक है, अभी हम बिजी हैं, मैं बाद में फोन कीजिए. ओके, चेक नाउ. हाउ मेनी टाइम इज कमिंग? 3 times. Division you wrote how many press? 3 press. 1 too many. Now come down below. Write a tag called p tag. Write p1, p2, p3, p3, and check is it applying for p tag also? Is it going to apply for p tag also?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
How it will apply?
It is only for the division, sir.
Because we are written only for which tag?
Division.
We have written only for the div tag. So it will apply only for the div tag only. Right? Let's go. Come down. Follow the p tag. Same CSS you can copy from here and paste here. Green convert into pink. Save it and check once. It will apply for the p tag also. Now we got apply for the p tag as well. Now see in this page, you have written one place for div, it is getting applied for div. Another place you wrote for which one? P, it's getting applied only for P. You wrote one place for body, it's getting applied for body. This is called CSS by tag name. For a particular tag, we wrote them CSS, and that CSS will apply only for the tag. It will not apply for other tag. Come in the same file. Right here div and comma p. Div and comma p. Div and comma p. Div and comma p. Now for div and p, color will be which color? Yellow color. Yellow color, and font hyphen size will be 40 px. So how many places this should apply? This should apply for the P also and the division also. This will apply for the P also, and this will apply for the division also. So when we write the CSS for a single tag, that is called CSS by tag name. When we write the CSS for multiple tags separated by comma, that is called CSS by tag group. So this becomes a group of the tag. How many tags? 2 tags. This is the individual tag. So this is becomes CSS by tag name, and this becomes CSS by tag group. It can be multiple class also we can group, multiple ID also we can group, and multiple tag also we can group. And even we can do like parent of child also can be a part of group. Okay, a child, UL is the parent, LI is the child. LI also can be a part of a group. Okay, so but this is the basic understanding how to give a group. Multiple tags separated by comma become a group. One tag becomes a CSS by tag name. Now copy this. Copy this and come to which file? Developer guide. We have written CSS by tag name. Go here, write example, paste here. Keep a line. CSS by this one. Which one? Tag name. One tag, one set of property and value. In current page, how many places you will call? It will get applied everywhere. Right? Next, after that, right? Next, another one you can copy from here and paste into this file. CSS by tag group. Example. So we are clear on 2 point. CSS by parent tag and CSS by tag group. Next, we have called CSS by this three. So these three we can leave for tomorrow class. We'll implement this three tomorrow. And after implementing this three tomorrow, we will start creating the different type of templates where we can mix all the logics together. CSS by ID, CSS by class, CSS by tag name. In 1 hour by 2:30, I will send you one PDF file of CSS in your group. You can download that and you can see at least 1% knowledge will come from there. File is here in the system only, but I have to connect the WhatsApp and then I need to send it. So that I will do somewhere 2:30 nearly, that you can see. In that you will have some example. Now what you can do is, see, collecting the knowledge from any source is not bad thing, okay? Now also I follow the W3, I follow some videos, even I do some R&D at there. Okay, so knowledge gaining from any source is not bad. So what I will suggest you, there's a very good website is there. Okay, I think you have already gone through that.